guys, we're out today with the Crossbow. We wanted to show you some equipment that we're going to be using this year. This is not new by any means. This Crossbow that you're looking at right here, and this is a $300 crossbow. I bought this crossbow 4 years ago, still using the same crossbow. When you want to get into hunting, it doesn't take extravagant amounts of money to go out and buy equipment. I know a lot of people think, well, I've got to go out and buy $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 crossbow or a bow. And they're expensive. Believe me, the top names are very expensive. The only thing that I have done to this crossbow, because of safety, is change the cables and the strings. And of course, I've taken it to a bow shop. They've done that. I am very confident in this crossbow. I have a rope cocker. You get one shot, and then you've got to get the rope cocker and you got to cock it back. And a lot of people say, I want something with a crank that I can cock it. Okay, great. Go get that. For this crossbow, to buy a cocker with this crossbow, the crossbow was 300 bucks. To buy that cocker, it was 140 bucks. So when you add that up, you're adding the cost up. Are you able to pull a string back? Then that's 140 bucks that you haven't got to spend. So that's what I do. I make sure that when I do shoot, the shot counts. It doesn't take an extravagant amount of money to get into crossbows or into archery or into rifles, scopes, all that. You can do it relatively inexpensive, but you don't get the best. But this crossbow last year harvested 7 deer and 4 hogs. Okay, I'm not complaining. I don't need a $3,000 crossbow. I don't need that self-cocking crossbow. I'm good. I'm golden. So I'm going to get out here and I'm going to shoot a couple of shots, and we're going to see what this thing does. Okay, so let's talk about cocking it. We have a string, has 2 pulleys and 2 hooks. You simply put it in your groove, put it on your string, put your foot in the harness, you pull up, you hear it click, you pop it off. It's cocked. It's ready to go. It's back. It's cocked. Now let me talk a little about sighting this in. When you go to sight your crossbow in, it's like anything else. You want a stable base. You want it level. You want it stable. This is a Boggs Death Grip. Probably one of the best tripods out there. I use this when I'm in my blinds with the crossbow in early season, overlooking food plots or swampy areas. This is an amazing tool, but you may not be able to use this in all situations because of your hunting environment. So, but sighting in, you want to make sure that you have this level and steady, and you want to take the human, which would be me. I want to take me out of the picture when I am zeroing this crossbow scope. You have 3 feathers or 3 vanes on this arrow. One of them is a different color. It's the white one. The white one is going to be what you call the cock feather. On a crossbow, well, on this crossbow, the cock feather goes down inside the rail. All right, Rock, stay right there. Rock, come back up here. Okay, we're going to fire. Here's the beauty. That didn't kick. And I just sent a bolt at 415 feet per second down the range. Okay, at 20 yards, I was probably an inch high. But before I go do any major adjustments, I moved it back to 30. Let's see where the 30 is, because this is a mil dot scope. Now let me talk a little bit about the Crossbow. Didn't name brands yet, but I'm going to tell you this is a Killer Instinct. I did a lot of research on crossbows, and for the value, not taking anything away from any other manufacturer, the Killer Instinct is hard to beat. They stand by their bows. I've never had a moment where I was not confident with this bow. So if you want to look at a bow like this or a crossbow like this is a Killer Instinct Ripper 415. Great, great bows. Okay, we backed it up to 30. We're going to see what it does at 30. That is a bullseye. If you're out hunting, and we do have this tripod, then great. We're golden. We're going to repeat the same shot over and over. But if you don't have your tripod and you're freehanding, you gotta know your own limitations. So we've moved the target back to 40 yards now. So we've shot at 20, we were 1 inch high. We've shot at 30, we were directly in the bullseye. Now this is 40, but it's on a tripod. Remember your limitations. You owe it to the animal to know your limitations. Before you fire that shot, are you going to maim that animal, or are you going to kill that animal? Okay, so 20, 30, 40, we're on. We've moved this target back to 50. Now, do I suggest a 50-yard shot if you go out and buy a crossbow? Yes, if you practice and you're confident in a 50-yard shot. You don't have to spend an extravagant amount of money to get into this. It's a $300 crossbow. I'm fixing to shoot it at 50 yards. I'm confident, and I have it set in my mind when I hunt, and I have the past 5 years with this crossbow, at 50 yards or under, I'm going to take a deer. And I have taken one a little over 40. Hogs, anytime I see a hog or I see a coyote, I'm going to sling an arrow. If he's under 100 yards, this is a mil dot reticle in this crossbow scope. If I can see that coyote or that hog under 100 yards, I'm going to sling it at him. That's just how much I dislike a coyote and a hog. Okay, we're at 50. Okay, so go out. You haven't got to spend an extravagant amount of money on equipment. Just become proficient with it. So get out, practice with your equipment, become proficient with your equipment. You owe it to the animals you hunt. And remember, it's a 5-year-old crossbow. All I've done is, I think, $115. I put cables and strings on it, and we're back out in the woods with it. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. We've all heard that saying. So get out, practice, learn your equipment, and go harvest some animals. So you don't have to have all this expensive equipment to go out and have fun if you want to deer hunt. And let me tell you something. This is deer hunting. It's not deer killing. And if you go out every time and you kill a deer every time that you go out, you're going to become bored with it. Now, I enjoy going out, listening to the wind rustling through the leaves. I love to watch squirrels, armadillos, possums. I love to see all these things. It gives me a calm, it gives me an inner peace because this is something that's God's created for us to experience. And how many people are not getting out and experiencing that? How many people don't even know that that exists? So I'm telling you, and I'm encouraging you, if you don't even hunt, if you don't have a crossbow or a rifle or a shotgun, just go into the woods, sit down, be quiet, listen, and relax. Thanks for watching. This is Boone from Boone-Southern.